Welcome to our weekly Bhakti Vaibhav class. So in the last few classes, we were discussing from Canto 5, Chapter 1, Chapter 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. From all these chapters, we discussed about the Bhumandala, its various divisions and subdivisions, and also we refer to Bhugola Varnam in order to complete the picture of the Bhumandala. So out of the 14 planetary systems, till now we have studied only one, that is Bhumandala or Bhuloka. And remaining 13, we will study from today onwards. So we'll be looking into third part of our presentation, 14 planetary systems, vertical structure of the universe. So herein, we will study from chapter 21 to 26, wherein 21-22 talks about the 9 planets, which are there part of solar system. We regularly hear about them. They are located in Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. So by studying these 9 planets, we are studying Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. And also 23rd chapter kind of completes the description of the Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka by adding whichever is missing in the previous 2 chapters. And also gives a brief hint of upper 4 planetary systems, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Those things we will be if you touch from 23rd chapter. And 24th chapter goes more into details of Bhuvarloka. So then Bilaswargas, the 7 lower planetary systems. These details are mentioned in the 24th chapter. 25th chapter talks about Shesha, who is holding the Bhumandala. And 26th chapter talks about the Narakaloka, the hellish planetary systems located above Shesha and below Patala Loka. So this is the outline of this presentation, and we will do some half of this presentation today and remaining of next Sunday. So from the beginning, we started that our universe is compared to a lotus, which is just coming out of the water pond, within which we have, this is the universal shell, within which we have the lower half is filled with water.
Please share the slides now.
No, I shared.
No, Prabhuji, it's not there.
No, we are able to see. Just
devotee should be able to see. You please log off and log in.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji.
All others are able to see the slides?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. So in the beginning, we started discussing about a universe comparing to a lotus springing out of the water pond. The water represents the lower part of the universe, that is Garbhodaka ocean. The leaf represents the Bhumandala. And now what we are going to study is all about Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. They are all somewhat connected to this lotus stem as well as the lotus flower that we will study in upcoming presentation. See, this is the same thing. The lotus leaf, that is Bhumandala, we have discussed about its many divisions. Now we are going to discuss about the upper planetary systems, which is represented by the lotus flower with the stem. So as Brahma divided this entire lotus into 14 first initially 3 divisions, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, and then eventually into 14 divisions with many subdivisions. So in Bhumandala, we have the 7 Dvipas, Swarna Bhumi, Lokaloka Mountain, Aloka Varsha, etc. So in Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka, we have many divisions, like the abodes dedicated for Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta Preta Pishashas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Siddhacharna, Vidyadharas. So like that are people. And Swargaloka also there are different divisions for different kinds of devatas. And also we have 9 planets that are located in different places in the Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. So they all we discussed today. And then from the flower we can see Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, like that. And within the lotus leaf, is we have already seen the cross section of the Bhumandala. We have 7 lower planetary systems. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. All these things were there. So all these things we briefly saw, but in great detail, we will see in the upcoming presentation. So first few verses from chapter 20, 43 to 46, and from chapter 21, many verses elaborately talk about the sun, sun's chariot, sun planet, distances, characteristics, speeds, etc. All these things are mentioned in the 21st chapter. First of all, 20th chapter introduces what is sun. Sun is actually situated exactly in the middle of the universe, Anda Madhye. If you take the entire Brahmanda, this is the entire Brahmanda. From bottom to top, the total diameter bottom to top is around 500 million yojanas. The sun is located exactly in the middle, height-wise exactly in the middle. So this is the location where just above the water we have lotus leaf, just above the lotus leaf we have the sun. From sun above 250 and below 250 is there. So rest of the Bhagavatam takes sun as a reference, and with respect to sun's position, the heights of different abodes are mentioned. At the end, when we come to the universal shell, it should be up to 250 on the upper side and also on the bottom side. So both the measurements will be matching to 250. That's how the measurements are given in the Bhagavatam in order to help us understand at what height they are located, etc. So the sun is situated vertically in the middle of the universe, Anda Madhya, 250 million yojanas either side, up and down, Kotishu Pancha Vimshati. So Pancha Vimshati Koti means Pancha Vimshati is 25 crore yojanas. 25 crore yojanas equal to 250 million yojanas. Anda Madhya Gata, Suryo, Dyav Abhyumyor Yed Antaram, Suryanda Golayor Madhye, Surya, Andagolayor Madhye, Kotyasyu Pancha Vimshati. Sun is situated in the middle of the Bhuvarloka, which is in the middle of the earth and heaven. Dyav Abhyumyor Antaram. So Dyav means heaven, Bhumyor means earth or Bhumandala. So the sun is located within the area which is between Bhuloka and Sargaloka. The area between Bhuloka and Sargaloka is Bhuvarloka, and in the middle of Bhuvarloka, the sun is located. So that's how Bhagavatam indicates. He is situated in the middle of the Bhuvarloka or Antariksha, 0.2 million yojanas. Thus, 1 lakh million yojanas above Bhumandala, half of 0.2 million yojanas. The width, just like we saw in the previous presentation, the thickness of the Bhumandala is 1 lakh yojanas. Similarly, the total width or height, the brand width of the Bhuvarloka is about 2.2 million yojanas, and sun is located exactly in the middle of Bhuvarloka. The total width of the Bhuvarloka is 0.2 million yojanas, in which middle. So sun is located 1 lakh yojanas below Swargaloka and 1 lakh yojanas above Bhuloka. He is exactly in the middle of the Antariksha or middle of Bhuvarloka, whose width is about 2 lakh yojanas. So that's how the dimensions are mentioned. The sun, master of heat, heats up and lights up the 3 lokas. Bhagavam Stapatam Patis, Tapana, Atapena, 3 lokim, Pratapati, Avabhashyati Atma Bhasha. By his own self-sufficient race, he actually gives heat and light. This is light. Avabhashyati means light. Pratapati means heat. To whom? 3 lokas. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka and Sargaloka. These 3 lokas get heat and light from sun only.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry
yes.
for the. So the previous, this one, so if you can make this point, so it is in the middle of the Bhuvarloka, right? So
Yes.
which means 0.1 million yojana at the height of 0.1 million, below Bhuvarloka, it is 0.1 million yojanas.
Yes.
And from Bhumandala, again, up, it is 0.1 million yojanas, right?
No, not like that. There is Bhuloka,
Okay.
Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. The width of the Bhuloka is 1 lakh yojanas.
Yes.
The width of the Bhuvarloka is 2 lakh yojanas.
Okay.
And above that there is Swargaloka. Its width we don't know as of now. So sun is located in the middle of the Bhuvarloka, whose width is 2 lakh yojanas. So in the middle means 1 lakh yojanas from below,
yeah,
and 1 lakh yojanas from above.
From above, yes.
And 1 lakh yojanas above is Sargaloka, 1
Okay.
lakh yojanas below is Bhuloka, like that.
Okay. Okay.
After a couple of slides, I will
Mhm.
show the image. So
Okay.
let us read through the translations and then we'll show the image. Then it becomes more clear.
Okay.
Sun is called with different names. One is Martanda, because the sun entered into the unconscious dead universe and brought it to life. Mruta Anda. So we know, at least we can, analytically we can say that if there is no sun, we don't exist. It is by sun rising only we get up and perform all the activities. When sun sets, we die. We sleep. We stop all the activities and sleep. Of course, nowadays we have electricity and working day and night also. But electricity is also another form of sunlight only. If there is no sun, no sunlight, no moonlight, no electricity light, nothing, then what we can do? Hardly we continue to exist anymore in the darkness. We all will die one day. So without sunlight, the entire universe, at least wherever sunlight is required, that is all dead. So that's why it is called Mruta Anda. And by is coming in, he became Martanda. He brought it to life. And is also called Hiranyagarbha. Is the very existence of the universe, Hiranyanda. Having entered into the Hiranyanda, the golden universal egg, he brought the universal egg into life. Basically, Hiranyagarbha means all the souls put together is called Hiranyagarbha. All the 14 planetary systems put together is called Vairaja, that is the grass universal form. All the living entities who are living in the entire universe from Ant to Lord Brahma, all put together is called Hiranyagarbha. All the living entities, especially the living entities in Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Swargaloka, are able to live and continue to perform activities only by the presence of sun. If sun is not there, they cannot do anything. That's why sun is called Hiranyagarbha. The Hiranyagarbha is living in the universe is only because of sun. So that's why he himself is called Hiranyagarbha. If he starts showing light and heat, all of us will die in no time. And it is said that it is because of sun we talk about what we talk about. Suryena hi vibhajayate disha kam dhyaur mahi bida swarga apavargau naraka prasaukamshisha sarvasha. The directions, disha, the sky, the heaven, earth means Bhumandala, Bida and other divisions, Swarga, heaven, Apavarga, spiritual world, Naraka, hellish planet systems, Rakasakamsi, the 7 lower planet systems, Cha and Sarvasha, remaining all. All these divisions are due to sun. Suryanahi vibhajayate. We understand this is this because of sun only. If sun is not there, we don't have any distinctions about what we have. So it is like that. Devatiryan Manushyanam Sarisrupa Savirudam Sarvajiva Nikayanam Surya Atma Drug Ishvara. The sun is the eye and life of all living beings, of all the devatas, of animals, of humans, of reptiles and plants. From universal form description also we have studied that sun is the present deity of our eyes, our vision, that is fine. And sun is also the life of all the living entities. If the sun is there, we get up and perform activities and we can grow some food and we can eat and we can sustain. If there is no sun, we can't do anything, we die. So in that way, he is also the life of all the living entities. So like that. So these are all different attributes of sun. Sun has all these different attributes, different functions. Then there is a description of sun god's chariot in 21st chapter. The previous details are all from 20th chapter. Now we will enter into 21st chapter. From 12 to 16 talks about the chariot in which the sun continuously travels. That chariot has only one wheel. In the very first class, we studied that our Priyat Maharaj created a chariot which had only one wheel. That's why one ditch was made. He made a chariot with one wheel because the sun had a chariot with one wheel. He just replicated same as sun. So in that way. Yasyaikam chakram. It is connected to an axle. That one wheel is connected to an axle whose length is equal to 15.7 million yojanas, which is equal to the radius of Manasutara mountain. So basically, one side of the axle is connected to the lower part of the Meru, and other side of the axle is connected to the wheel, and which rotates about the Manasutara mountain. So Manasutara mountain is kind of orbit for the chariot wheel of Sun God. Sun God chariot wheel is rotating just above Manasutara mountain day in, day out. The chariot wheel continuously rotates on Manasutara like the wheel of an oil pressing machine. Ravirata Chakram, Taila Entra Chakravad, Brahmam, Manasutara Girau, Paribramanti, Taila Entra Chakravad, oil pressing machine. So now Makar Sankranti is going on. Tilgud laddus are very much under discussion. Every day people talk about, they give in gift and they distribute and they eat also. So Taila Yantra Chakravad. So this is the picture which I was referring to. So we have Bhumandala, as we studied from Bhugala Varnanam. It is like a terra structure. Here we have Manasutara mountain in Pushkara Dvipa. Here we have Mount Meru. And nearby Jambudipa. In Jambudipa we have Bharata Varsha. Within that we have Bhartakanda also. Our Earth globe is Bhartakanda. And here is Dhruvaloka, located just above Mount Meru. Here the chariot wheel of the Sun God chariot, located just above Manasutara mountain. This is the chariot wheel. And it is connected by a single axle. So one side of the axle connected to the base of the Mount Meru, other side connected to the center of the wheel. So this wheel circularly rotates in a clockwise direction like this, day in, day out. One day it'll rotate once. So from the base of the Manasutara mountain to the middle of the chariot wheel, it is about 1 lakh yojanas. From here to here, 1 lakh yojanas. And from here to here is another 1 lakh yojanas. So from here to here, it is all Bhuvarloka, this entire area. And from this point to this Dhruvaloka, this intermediate portion is Svargaloka. This is Svargaloka, this is Bhuvarloka, and this is Bhuloka. So that's how it is indicated. As in an oil pressing machine, the first axle is attached to the second axle, 1/4 as long, opposite to the saltwater ocean. There is a second axle also to the chariot of the sun. So with the help of this second axle, Dhruva Maharaj, who is situated in Dhruvaloka, controls the movement of sun with the help of this one. The upper end of the second axle is attached to Dhruvaloka by a rope of wind. So it's like that. So this is the description of Sun God's chariot. Because the radius of Manasutara mountain is about 15.75, and that is the length of the axle from here to here. And Sun God's chariot body is situated a little bit inside, and this chariot is driven by 7 horses, and the 7 horses are controlled by Aruna. Aruna is the elder brother of Garuda, and here is Surya Narayana. All the devatas are Vibhuti of the Supreme Lord, and Sun is said to be Shakti Avesha avatar of the Supreme Lord. So that is one more interesting point about Sun. This is a traditional oil pressing machine. See this? This is like Mount Meru. And this is first axle. It is connected at the base of the Mount Meru. It is driven by the bulls, and that is driven by the horses. And this is the Dhruvaloka. This is a straight line, and this is the second axle. Second axle, one side connected to Dhruvaloka, other side connected to the first axle. It's like that. And these are developed motorized oil pressing machines. This also same. This is like Mount Meru, and this is the first axle, and second axle connected to the motor and all. So it is like that. So here in this connection, Srila Sridhar Swami says that the chariot wheel rotates at an height of 50,000 yojanas on a surface made flat by the wind. From the peak of Mount Manasutara to the base of the chariot wheel, it is about 50,000 yojanas. Manasutara mountain itself is 10,000 yojanas. Because this chariot wheel does not touch the mountain, it travels on a flat road made by the wind. And from the base of the wheel sun is seated here. From here to here, it is about another 40,000 yojanas. So total 10,000, 50,000 plus 40,000. Total from the base of the Mount Mansutra to the base of the chariot seat, that is base of sun. It is about in total 1 lakh yojanas. And sun is seem to be moving here and there within an enclosure, which is known as Rataneda, whose dimensions are 3.6 million yojanas to 0.9 million yojanas. So this is the particular diameter. Rataneda means the 3D area in which sun moves horizontally and vertically. The length, width, and height. Height from here to here is 3.6 million yojanas. Length from here to here is 3.6 million yojanas. And width from here to here is 0.9. The front and back is 0.9. Right and left is 3.6. And top to bottom is also under 3.6. So in that area, sun seems to be moving above and below. So just today, Uttarayana is beginning. Sun going from here to here, it is called Uttarayana. From here to here, sun goes. And from sun is coming from here to here, it is called Dakshinayana. So in the last 6 months, sun was coming gradually down, 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 down. And today, he changes his course. He gradually goes up, 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 up. So while going up and down, he also goes front and back, and also goes inside and outside. So like that. So in total, for example, assume that in the month of January, he is in this corner. Now today, he is starting from here and going upward, upward, upward. So like that. July 17th, Karaka Sankranti, sun will come to this point. So going to that point means sun is gone to height-wise to this point, and backward this much, and inward this much. So like that. He has gone like this. This corner of the cubicle to this corner of the cubicle. So like that. So over 6 months he goes like that. Another 6 months he comes back. That's how the sun is seen to be moving within that Rataneda. While traveling every day circular way, but gradually goes aage piche, upar niche, inside and outside. So like that. This is the description of the sun's chariot. And sun's chariot is driven by 7 horses. They are named after Gayatri and other 7 Vedic meters. In 3rd canto, 12th chapter, Lord Brahma created the 7 Vedic meters from his 7 dhatus, and they are known as Gayatri, Bruhati, Vishnik, Jagati, Trishtup, Anushtup, and Pankti. These 7 horses have the same names. So basically, a meter means in one line of the Sanskrit shloka, there are some 30 words, 30 syllables, 32 syllables, 24 syllables. So in that way. And these 7 horses are connected to a yoke. Yoke is the wooden plank which is kept on the neck. So that length of that neck is 0.9 million yojanas. And then Aruna is the driver of the chariot. Aruna, who is the elder brother of Garuda, he constantly looks backward towards sun god while driving. Though he is supposed to drive the chariot looking the front side, but while driving the chariot front side, he constantly looks backward and taking the darshan of Surya Narayana. He is seeing Lord Narayana in Surya. So he constantly wants to have darshan of the Supreme Lord. That's why while driving the chariot, he constantly looks backward. And there are 60,000 sages known as Valakilyas. They are located in front of the chariot and continuously offer eloquent prayers in order to inspire sun god so that sun god will do his duty. Just like Hanumanji also wants to go to sun god in order to learn the education. The sun said that I cannot stay at one place and teach you. I have to continuously travel all around. And Hanumanji said that no problem. I will walk backward or run backward, whatever I fly backward. You speak. I will listen to you. So Hanumanji was walking backward, sun is going forward in his chariot. And with that condition, Suryadev spoke to Suryadev taught Hanumanji all the Vedic literatures. So same way, just like Hanumanji is walking backward and learning, these 60,000 sages are walking backward and chanting prayers. So like that, in the glorification of Surya Narayana. And the sun god's chariot is being protected or managed by 7 category of people. So the Gandharvas, in order to inspire sun, they continuously sing. Apsaras, they continuously dance. So every month, there are two personalities, two in pair, in group continuously worship the Supreme Lord in Surya. So basically, there are 7 people. So every month 2 Gandharvas sing and 2 Apsaras dance, 2 Nagas bind the chariot, means take care that everything is proper, every joint is proper, etc. 2 Yakshas harness the horses, 2 Rakshasas push from behind, 2 sages sing Vedic hymns, and 2 Devatas are one in they manage the entire activities of the sun's activities. So they continuously worship and inspire the sun god, and things will move forward. The sun god chariot is traveling, and sun god is doing his duty properly. So now there is a reference from Hanuman Chalisa about how far the sun is situated from our place. So when Hanumanji was a very small boy, he was very naughty, and one day he saw early in the morning, in the middle of the branches of the tree, there seems to be a red ball, a red fruit. He wanted to have it for his breakfast. He jumped, and he jumped to a distance. The distance, how much distance he has jumped, that is given in the Hanuman Chalisa. That is basically the distance between the earth and sun. If the chariot wheel is located at 15.7 million yojanas, at what distance the sun is located? The personality sun is located. That is indicated by this doha. Tumharo mantra vibhishana mana, Lankeshwara bhaya sabajaga jana, Juga sahasra yojana parabanu, Lilio tahi madurafala janu. So it is said that just as Hanumanji jumped to Lanka, he also jumped to sun in his childhood. So in that way. Tumharo mantra vibhishana mana, Lankeshwara bhaya sabajaga jana, Juga sahasra yojana parabanu, Lilio tahi Madurafala janu. Madurafala. In order to have that Madurafala, he jumped across. Thus, the sun is located at a distance of Juga Sahasra Yojana. Juga Sahasra Yojana Parbanu. So one Juga is one Chatur Yuga. In Devata, in number of Devata years, one Chatur Yuga is equal to 12,000 Devata years. So one Devata year is about 360 human years. By multiplying 12,000 into 360. Okay, 12 3 ja 36. Sorry. The 360 say multiply karne ka, that becomes in total 43,20,000 years. So that is like that. So in Devata, in terms of Devata years, the 12,000 will be 12,000 Devata years is equal to one Chatur Yuga. That's why it is said one Juga. In Sanskrit, one Yuga refers to one Chatur Yuga, one Divya Yuga. Sahasra is 1,000, Sahasra as it is. And Yojana is Yojana. 12,000 into 1,000 is equal to 12 million Yojanas. So that is the distance between the sun and earth from here to here, 12 million Yojanas. When we convert Yojanas into miles, it is about 1 Yojana is equal to 8 miles. We get about 96 million miles. When we convert miles into kilometers, 96 into 1.6. 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. That is around 153.6 million kilometers. So according to modern science, they say that the distance between Earth and Sun is 1 astronomical unit, which is 150 million kilometers. So when we convert 150 million kilometers into yojanas, it will be something very close to 11.6 million yojanas. But in order to 11.6 million yojanas, it will be too difficult in Sanskrit to tell 11. They cannot tell 11.6, but they have to tell that. So by dividing 116 with 10, whatever value you get, that much distance the Hanumanji has jumped, that will be too difficult. So the Sanskrit they take the nearby round figure. The nearby round figure for 11.6 is 12. So 12 is easy to tell. Juga Sahasra Yojana. So it fits in the meter, also fits in one line. So in that way, even for pi value also, our Vedic literatures Puranas take it as 3. if they have to write 3.1467 like that, that will be too difficult to write. But 3 is easy to mention. So they take nearby round figure for such kind of pointer values. So in that way. So that's how even Hanuman Chalisa also gives very close number of the distance between the sun and earth.
So Hanumanji jumped 12 million yojanas, Prabhuji, from here.
Ah.
That's what-
Yeah, almost 12 million yojanas to the distance of sun. So
Okay,
as
but,
he is jumping to sun, all the devatas prayed to Indra. Indra, I think. So Indra sent his Vajrayudha and it hit on the chin of Hanumanji and he fell down unconscious. Vayu became very angry and he stopped wind. All the devatas came and begged forgiveness by giving blessings to Hanumanji, different blessings they gave. So because that Vajrayudha hit on the chin, that's why he became Hanumanji. So in that way, that past time was there.
But this jump is, it will be much more than what he would have jumped to Lanka, right? The distance between Earth and, the Lanka.
No, Lanka is very small. That is only 100
Very small.
yojanas.
Huh.
100
Yeah.
yojanas. This is 12 million
Yeah,
yojanas. It is too
12
far.
million yojanas.
So
Yes.
whether he had jumped to all the way to sun, that is not clear. But he was going
Okay.
toward the sun, who is located at a distance of 12 million yojanas.
Okay.
Before he could reach sun, so he was hit by Vajrayudha.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Okay.
But anyway, later on he went to sun to study. He studied from sun. That is there. He is the student of sun god only.
Prabhuji, and then what is that? I don't know if this is going to be covered. That Adityas, we read, right? Bhagavad Gita.
No, 12
So what-
Adityas. There are 12 brothers of Aditi. Aditi gave birth to 12 Adityas. So they got the names from their mother. So one among the 12 Adityas is Vivashwan. And Vivashwan is sun god.
Okay.
So one is Purandara. He has become Indra. One is Varuna. And one is Aryama. And 2 are Data, Vidata. Like that, the 12 sons are. The next canto you are going to read.
Okay.
The children of Aditi and all of the other wives of Kashyapa and all. 6th canto, you will get all the details.
But actually, sun gods and one another name is also like Aditya, right? Aditya general refers to sun. Is there any connection between these Adityas and?
No, simple.
No.
Arjuna is called Partha.
Okay.
Partha
That's
means
because
son of Purta.
the
Son of Purta, the
okay.
connection to mother. So Aditi's son is called Aditya. In that way, is Aditya. Surya is called Aditya because he's son of Aditi.
Okay.
So like that. Any other devotees have any question? Hare Krishna. Others are able to follow what we are discussing?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, this wheel and the chariot is separately located on the axle or as seen in the picture, or it is on the top of that wheel only?
Which one?
You see the sun god with the horses and there's a wheel next to it on the left hand side.
Wheel is here.
Yeah. So they are separate, or it's like, generally we see the chariot with the wheel down. It is something like that, or?
No. Wheel is there, in the middle of the wheel there is axle. You have no four-wheeler. If you have four-wheeler, it's very simple. If four-wheeler, you remove one side wheel, one side only wheel will be there. The one side wheel is there, in between axle is there. The axle is connected to somewhere in the middle, and you continually rotate in the roundward. You can't go anywhere.
Okay.
You have to move around only.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
axle always in the middle of the wheel only. It cannot be here and there.
Okay. No, I mean to say that the sun god was not on the above of that,
No.
no.
Even you also can't sit above the wheel, na? In your four-wheeler.
Yeah. Yes.
Two wheels are on the extreme end. You sit in the middle.
Yes.
So, for example, if you put one more wheel here, it is like a bullock cart. Horse-driven cart, what we see in the South Mumbai area. At least, especially when people go to Bay of Bengal, not Bay of Bengal,
Arabian
India. That side, they have these chariots, many. Jatka.
Yeah.
So one will be here, one will be here.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, what is this axle is made up of?
Axle is made up of mantra.
Okay.
It is not a gross axle, it is a subtle axle. Of course, from the heavenly point of view, it is subtle. Anyway, we discussed, remember in the last class, subtlety. The devatas can't be seen by us. If they want to show us, we can see. Same way, this axle also we can't see. These are all subtle axle.
Okay.
Mm. And there is one prayer about sun, which we recite every Sunday in our temple, Brahma Samhita prayers. Chakshuresha Sakavita Sakala Grahanam, Raja Samasa Suramurti Rashesha Teja, Yasyagnyaya Brahmati Sambhuta Kala Chakro, Govinda Madi Purusham, Tamaham Pujami. So by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yasya Agnyaya, Yasya is Govinda. By Govinda's Agnya, Brahmati Sambhuta Kala Chakra, the sun is constantly rotating on the Kala Chakra. And sun is considered to be Raja Samasa Suramurti Rashesha Teja. All the devatas, the king of all the devatas is sun. Of course, from the management point of view, Indra is their leader. But from the importance in the seva, from that point of view, the sun is the main person. Even Indra also depends on sun only. So in one sense, from seva point of view. So from seva point of view, sun is the Raja of all the Sakala Grahanam, all the planetary systems. So in that way. This is the translation. So I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, under whose control even the sun, which is considered to be the eye of the Lord, Chakshuresha. In the universal form, sun is considered to be the eye of the Supreme Lord. He rotates within the fixed orbit of the eternal time, that is Samsara. The sun is the king of all planetary systems and has unlimited potency in heat and light. So it's like that. These are the glories of the sun. Here is our Surya Narayana, 7 horses, Aruna, and is continuously traveling day in, day out, giving us day, heat and light. Especially nowadays in the winter season, we very much appreciate heat. We wait for the sunlight to become more and more stronger and stronger, morning hours. And in summer, we are afraid of sunlight in the especially noon time. So it's like that. This is all about the sun. Even once, as I showed previously about the Bhumandala image in Sringeri, when we went there, we have also saw one sun chariot, because the Shankarites, they worship the 5 deities. So they worship Shakti, Shiva, and Ganapati, Surya, and Vishnu, the Pancha Upasakas. So during Brahmostavas, they take out the chariot and decorate it very nicely, and they also worship very nicely. So this is the chariot body, and this is the chariot. Here is one wheel only. Of course, they have put the wheel exactly below, but our scriptures say that chariot wheel is on the other side of the chariot. So here is sun god. Sun god is situated here. Here is Aruna. Aruna will be driving the chariot. These are the 7 horses. So here is Aruna, here is sun god. We have one more picture. You see, these are the 7 horses which will be controlled by Aruna. So this is how they take it out once in a year and then decorate it nicely for the worship. The wheel, chariot body, Surya. Here is Aruna. These are the 7 horses. 7 horses, Aruna, Surya. 7 horses, Aruna. This is the chariot of the sun. In Sringeri Mutt, they have it. That was all about sun. And next we'll go to the moon. But before going to the moon, any question related to sun from any devotees?
Haribol Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Arun means sun or Arun is the charioteer, means charioteer of the sun.
Aruna is the charioteer. We call early morning hours Aruna Uday. So since chariot driver in the front of the chariot, when sun is coming forward, we first see the chariot driver.
Okay.
And then eventually we see the sun. That's why it is called Aruna Uday.
Okay.
So that is one meaning. But anyway, Aruna means crimson color. So early morning sun will be crimson in color, and that crimson colored sun is rising. That's why also it's called Arunodaya. Both way, that is the meaning of Arunodaya.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, is there any reason or any this one scriptural reference to know like how the sun is so powerful? Where how the sun planet gets its the energy from? Is there anything like that, or by default, since the time of creation, it's been endowed with so much of power?
No, I mentioned one point in between. All the devatas are considered to be vibhuti of the Lord, as Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter. Among the devatas, I am Indra. Among them, I am this, I am that. They are like vibhutis. The potency what they have is endowed by the Supreme Lord. When it comes to sun is Shakti Avesh Avatar.
Yeah.
So if he is Shakti Avesh Avatar, who is giving that Shakti? That Shakti is given by the Avesh.
Okay.
So in that way. That's why we call him as Surya Narayana. So Narayana himself is there in Surya.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Haribol Prabhuji,
Okay.
sun and moon are called as eyes of the Lord. Means
No,
how-
only sun.
Acha, only sun.
Moon is the mind. Of course, sometimes moon also they call because it is sun who is giving sunlight throughout the day, and the moon is giving sunlight, some kind of moonlight throughout the night. So we only see under some light. If there is no light, we can't see. So in that way, the sun and moon are considered to be the eyes of the Lord. So that is also there. But generally, sun is said to be the eye of the Lord. Moon is the mind of the Lord, because moon is the personality of the mind. Like that.
Prabhuji, can you explain this Avesh? Shakti is given by Avesh, you say, to the sun. Can you please explain what exactly it is? Avesh means what?
See, we say Srila Prabhupada is also Avesh Avatar, empowered incarnation. Lord Parshuram is also Avesh Avatar. Parshuram was the son of Jamadagni and Renuka. So he had that potency of able to fight like a, he fought with Kartavir Arjuna, who defeated Ravana also. So like that power is the potency of the Supreme Lord. So in that way.
Okay.
And Vasudev is a literary incarnation. He is the Avesh Avatar of literary activity. So it's like that. And Shesha is holding the entire Bhumandala. He is also Shakti Avesh Avatar. That energy to hold the Bhumandala on his back and his hood is given by the Supreme Lord. So that potency is provided by the Supreme Lord. In that way, they are called as Shakti Avesh.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm.
I wanted to understand that when we offer water to the sun god in the morning, so what time are we supposed to offer water, and what are the mantras to be chanted or spoken? Can you just explain me that?
Strictly, truly speaking, I also don't know. I never did. But generally, what I understand is 3 times we have to offer water: morning, noon, and evening. Morning Sandhya, evening Sandhya, and noon Sandhya. And what mantras and all, who ask someone who recommended you to offer water?
I think
So this offering,
generally that is Gayatri, right? When Brahmanas they recite Gayatri, the Sandhya
Brahmanas do Gayatri, and they also do Argya, offering Argya also. Even some people, astrologers recommend them to offer one one vessel of water every morning. Especially they do morning hours. But sometimes they say 3 times during 3 Sandhyas also we can do.
Yeah, actually, they say 3 times actually. In morning they do, and then afternoon also they do, and then evening Sandhya.
Evening also. So Mataji, please talk to someone who is already doing, so they know all the procedure.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
so Prabhuji, this offering of the water to the sun is also, it will also change, direction will be changed now, because sun rises in some different direction, in 3 different direction it is there. So it will be changed now.
It is going around. So morning we
Yeah.
see him in the eastern side, and noontime we see above our head, and sunset during evening we see in the left hand side. थोड़ी देर के
Yeah.
बाद आगे नीचे जाएगा, इसलिए that the course is changing in that way.
Okay.
So that is about sun god traveling in his chariot. There is a brief description about sun god and also his chariot, etc. And then as you go upward after sun is located at 1 lakh yojanas from the Bhumandala, and from Bhumandala, I mean from sun, as you go upward by one more lakh yojanas, there we get the moon. Moon is situated in the junction of Bhurloka and Sargaloka in that way. And we also get to know about these details from this discussion of the moon. The moon is situated 1 lakh yojanas above the rays of the sun that are coming to us. Evam Chandrama Arka Gabastibya Uparistal Laksha Yojanata Upalabhyamano. So from the Bhumandala, from Pushkar Deva, sun is located at of 1 lakh yojanas. Sun is giving rays to everywhere, and those rays which are coming to earth, with respect to those rays, the moon is located at a height of 1 lakh yojanas. But moon is very close to earth. Height wise is above, but close is very close to earth only. Sun's distance from here to here, it is about 12 million yojanas. But from earth to moon, it is only just 30,000 yojanas only, not so far. Srila Prabhupada, if you read this verse and see the commentary for 5.22.8, Srila Prabhupada keeps the moon here exactly, above the sun. If at all Prabhupada says that if you got to go to moon, first you have to go from earth to sun and then go to moon. That's why the moon is very far. The logic Prabhupada uses is why Sunday comes before Monday. Monday is the moon day, Sunday is the Sunday. So Sunday comes before moon means Sunday is close to earth and moon is far. So like that Prabhupada says. But one sense, with respect to the Bhumandala, as we go height wise, with respect to Bhumandala, the sun's height is 1 lakh yojanas and the moon's height, the height of the moon's plane is 2 lakh yojanas. So in that way, moon is above the sun. It is like that. But not because Sunday comes before Monday. That logic may not be holds good for other planets. After Monday, there is Tuesday. Tuesday, the deity of Tuesday is Mars. But Mars is located much above. And before Mars could come, there are Mercury and Venus. Mercury is Wednesday, Venus is Friday. And Wednesday and Friday are coming before Tuesday only. So that logic does not hold good as you extend it further. So, but in order to avoid the unnecessary debates, Prabhupada used to say like that with people who are very stubborn not to accept scriptures. We would simply say, why Sunday comes before Monday? Because sun is close and moon is far, like that would say. But the close and far is not the point-to-point distance, that is height-wise. Sun is below and the moon is above. But later on we see in one of the presentation time permits, these positions are not permanent. The positions which Sri Sukadeva Goswami is describing, Sri Vyasadeva compiled in the Bhagavad Purana or other any other Purana, are the positions on one of the Makar Sankranti. Today is Makar Sankranti. On this particular day, the sun will be below all the planets. And after 6 months, on Karaka Sankranti in July 17th, the same sun will be somewhere here, just below Dhruvaloka. I mean, on the plane of the Dhruvaloka plane, somewhere here. And that time moon will be below and Saturn also will be below the sun. So sun is keep going up and down over 6 months. So the positions mentioned in this particular section of Bhagavatam are not permanent positions. We should not take them as the final. Okay, Bhagavatam says so and so heights, they are final, not like that. On one particular day, when Srila Vyasadeva compiled Srimad Bhagavatam and other Puranas, the positions of the planets are like that. So eventually they will vary. The sun will take 6 months to go up and 6 months to come down. Similarly, the moon will take 14 days to go up and 14 days to come down. Within a month, it goes up and down. So, unka utna time hai. So, the position of the moon being above sun is not permanent position. Now, within 15 days, we see even in this condition also, in this 1 month also, 15 days later, the moon will be below the sun rays of the sun, which are coming to earth. So this is not a permanent positioning. So they keep changing. So in that way, we have to understand. If you read that purport, you will see that. So that's like that.
Prabhuji, so today's position is the closest to the Bhumandala, right? Sun's position. If you
Yes,
see.
yes. Today's position is closest to the Bhumandala. It will be below the what you call line of equator. That's why we have too much winter. That's why they put this in especially our Telangana and all. I don't know Maharashtra. They put bonfire to heat the body.
Okay.
Thank
you, Prabhuji.
And also we eat what to say, til good laddu. This one to increase the temperature of the body.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes,
Today is Makar Sankranti, but after 15 days in Maharashtra, it comes Ratha Saptami. Do you know
yes.
about that?
Yeah, later on we see about that. As I mentioned previously in one slide, there is something called Rathanida. Okay, Rathanida I showed you, no? So sun is going in 6 months, is going upward also, is going backward also, is going inside also, is going in and out like this. The sun's path will be somewhat like this. So over a year, the observers made noted down all the positions of the planet sun, and it appears to be like 8. The position of the sun, the movement of the sun over a year, it appears to be like 8. So it is like that. So height wise, if you draw 8 like this, so vertical point here is the place where the sun's movement downward is completing and gradually going upward. But in the 8, the course is changing little later. The later part, when with respect to the 8, the sun will be going upward on Rasa Saptami. That Rasa Saptami comes few days later. So within 8, the sun is going upward, starts going to upward on Rasa Saptami, and height wise, Uttara Dakshina, north-south movement, the sun starts going towards north, towards up on Makar Sankranti. That is the little technical understanding.
Now Uttarayan will start, no?
Yeah, now Uttarayan will start. Sun starts going towards north, slowly.
और फिर वो भीष्म देव left his body.
On the day after Rasaptami.
Achha.
Because since sun is going towards the north, and these people take the help of sun. In those 6 months, they pass through Bhurloka and Swargaloka. When sun goes to the topmost point, somewhere here on Karka Sankranti, they leave sun, they go to Maharloka, they spend some time there in Maharloka, then Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. They spend a lot of time in Satyaloka. If they want, they can attain liberation immediately, or they wait till the end of the day of Brahma. Then, before the Pralaya could manifest, they will go to Brahman. So that is mentioned in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And also the 2nd chapter of 2nd canto. It's like that. So generally those yogis who practiced Nishkama Karma Yoga as a Grihastha, then practiced Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga as a Vanaprasthar Sannyasi, they give up their life, their body during the Uttarayana time period. They don't leave their body during Dakshinayana, because that's what Bhagavad Gita says. These people, these yogis, by leaving their body during Uttarayana, taking the help of sun, they gradually go upward, and finally they attain liberation eventually. It is like that.
So Prabhuji, for devotees, it is not so important.
Devotees depend upon Lord Krishna. The Jnanis and yogis have to depend upon their process, sadhana. Mam evaya prapadyante mayam yetam tarantite. By surrendering unto me, my devotees overcome Maya. That's why Lord Krishna says in the 12th chapter, Klesho adhikarakas tesham avyakta asakta chestam. The jnanis and yogis who are attracted to avyakta, the unmanifest Brahman, so they need to work hard. They raise prana from Muladhara chakra to one by one Adhisthana chakra, and then breaking through the Brahmarandhra, they attain liberation. It is like a painful and hard working process. But devotees, by practicing sadhana, they only have to do one small thing. Smaran Muktva Kalevaram. While lying, we need to remember the Supreme Lord, whether his name, form, qualities, or activities. So Lord will do the remaining 50%. It is 50-50.
Prabhuji, is there any information on the inhabitants of this sun? What type of people live there?
Sun God is there. He had 3 wives. They are there, and he has children. They'll be there. And 6,000 Valakilas are there. Brahmanas will be there. It is like a big kingdom. All these different people will be there in the Sun God's chariot.
So Prabhupada writes they have bodily features that suit to that particular place.
Yes. Anyway, they are all devatas only. So devatas, our sunlight which is harming us does not harm the devatas. They are anyway subtle beings. So that is about the moon being located 1 lakh yojanas above the rays of the sun. And this is not a permanent feature. It's keep changing now and then. So it's like that. You see here, these are the sun rays which are coming to earth, our Vartakanda. And with respect to them, sun moon is above 1 lakh yojanas. Simple. But the moon's orbital radius is only 30,000 yojanas. Sun's orbital radius is 12 million yojanas, according to Ramcharitmanas. So now, some combined glories of sun and moon from Bhagavad Gita 12:13, chapter 15. Yadaditya gatam tejo jagat bhashayate akilam yat chandramasi yachakno tat tejo vidhimamakam. Know that the light of the sun, the light of the moon and fire, which illuminate this universe, is my light. It is my vibhuti, mama teja. Gam avishya bhutani daryami hamojasa pushnami chausadi sarve soma bhutva prasatmaka. Here is the glory of the moon. This second line especially talks about entering the earth by my own Shakti and being situated there. I maintain the moving and non-moving entities who are living on the surface of the Bhumandala. That is about the first line. Second line, becoming the sweet juiced moon. Lord is saying that by becoming the sweet juiced moon, that is my vibhuti. Rasa Atmaka Soma, sweet juiced moon. I cause plants such as rice to increase and grow. Pushnami, Chaushadi, Sarva. All variety of vegetation is actually growing because of the moonlight and moon rays. Because moon is a above planet made up of rasa. The moon rays carry that rasa, and with that rasa, our vegetables and food grains and the fruits, flowers, they are going up very nicely. Even we hear that the honeybees find nectar from the different flowers. So where do the flowers get the nectar? That nectar they are getting it from the moon. And all the fruits that we eat, they have some juices inside. That is all coming from the rasa of the moon. And all the food grains that we eat, they also have the taste and vitality. Everything is coming from the moon rays. So that is the role of the moon in our life. So some that seva aspect of the moon, in addition to giving the moonlight in the night time, the moonlight is playing a vital role in our day-to-day food consumption. Whatever we eat, it is all the causeless mercy of the moon god only. So we owe to moon for our nourishment, for our sustenance, for our maintenance. So in that way, his further glories will be mentioned in the later part of the slides. But before that, there is one slide which talks about the interrelation between the earth, sun, and moon with respect to 108. So in the Tulsidas Ramcharitmanas we saw the approximate distance between the earth and sun. So here is a information which is from Rigveda, which gives the exact distance between the sun and earth, the moon and earth, etc. So here we understand what will be the orbital radius of the sun, what will be the orbital radius of the moon. So kindly pay attention. So according to Rigveda, it says that the diameter of the sun is equal to 108 times to the diameter of the earth. The earth diameter is, earth means the Bhartakanda. Bhartakanda diameter is 1000 yojanas. And 108 times to that is 108,000 yojanas is the diameter of the sun. Wherever he may be, the disk that we see every day, especially in the morning hours and evening hours, we can see clearly the diameter of the disk in its position. It is 108,000 yojanas, which is 108 times to the diameter of the earth. And the distance between sun and earth is equal to 108 times to the diameter of the sun. 108,000 into 108, that will be 11.664 million yojanas. That is the distance at which the sun is located from the earth. So Ramcharitmanas said 12 million yojanas. And here Rigveda saying 11.664 million yojanas. This is the exact distance. And then the sun disk, when we see in the morning, it is a nice ball located at a distance. And from our ball, from our center of our eyeball, draw a line to the upper point of the sun disk and to the lower point of the sun disk. The angle between these two lines, which is equal to 1 by 108 radians, that is 0.5305 radians. Basically, there is sun ball at a far distance. The angle between the upper point and the bottom point of the sun disk, that is half degree almost, 0.5305 degrees. So that is mentioned. That is not mentioned, but we can derive it. So the arc length is equal to r theta. R is the radius. So and the theta is the angle. So arc length is basically diameter of the sun, and radius, that is the distance between sun and earth, is 108 times to the diameter of the sun. So it becomes 1 by 108 radians. So that is 0.5305 degrees. So basically the sun disk will be half degree every time when we see. Similarly, the moon details are also mentioned. The moon's diameter is 108 by 400 times to the diameter of the earth. Basically 1/4 of the earth diameter. 108 by 400 is 100 by 400, 1/4. But their relationship is 108, it becomes 270. 1/4 is 250 and 108 by 400 is 270. The diameter of the moon is 270 yojanas. And the distance between the moon and earth is 108 times to the diameter of the moon. 270 into 108, it is 29,160 yojanas. And similarly, the angle of the moon disk, as we see, especially the full moon day, it is again the diameter of the moon divided by the distance between the moon and earth. That this by this is equal to 1 by 108. That is 0.5305 degrees. Both are same. And from modern science, if we just cross check, the diameter of the earth is 12,076 kilometers. The diameter of the sun is, according to modern science, they say this much. When we divide this with this, we get the ratio 109. Rigveda tells 108. Here we get the closest round figure is 109. And the distance between the sun and earth is 150 million kilometers. When we divide this and this, we get closest round figure 108. And then the angle of the sun disk, it varies between 0.52 to 0.54 because sun is coming close to earth and going far away in a year. So it varies from 0.5 to 0.454, but the mean is 0.53. So in that way, that is fine. And same way, the modern science says that moon diameter is this much. And the ratio between this and this is 109 by 400, which is little above 100 by 400. And the distance between the earth and sun is this much. this many kilometers, 3.8 lakh kilometers. The ratio between this and this is 110. Instead of 108, it will be 110. In yojanas, it is only 30,000 yojanas. It is not big number. It is, that's why it is very close to Earth only. The moon is very close to Earth. Sun is 11.6 million yojanas. It is 29,000 yojanas. That much only. And the sun disk angle, it varies from 0.49 to 0.55. The mean value is about 0.52. So here it is 0.53. So both are closely matching to each other. So in that way it is indicated. So this is a picture drawn by Sri Thiruvenkata Ramanuja Jier, which we saw in relation to Bhartakanda's picture. One side rabbit is there, other side people leaves are there. And that exactly matches the modern day world map from Mahabharata. So here if you see, here we have our pole star Dhruva Loka. Here we have sun's chariot. They are the 7 horses. This is the sun god seated here. And Makar Sankranti sun is here. And in the month of April, Mesha Sankranti sun will be here. During Karka Sankranti sun will be here. Again sun will come down. Tula Sankranti sun is here. And April again sun is here. It's like that. So this is like sun's orbit. So this is the total distance. So the line joining Earth globe, North Pole to Pole Star, this is the line. And this line acts as the center of the orbits of Sun and Moon and all other planets. So that is the understanding. So if you take the Moon's radius is about 30,000 yojanas. If Sun and Moon is traveling around Mount Meru, so the distance between the center of Mount Meru to center of Earth globe is 50,000 yojanas. So the moons are between 30,000 yojanas. Then moon should be only seen by America. The Indians will not be able to see the moon ever because moon is backside of the Earth only completely. So, but actually moon is traveling around Bhartakanda. It is here. That's why everyone on the surface of the Earth is able to see the moon at all points of time. So it is like that. So here is the sun. This and this, all the three are the suns. So the line drawn between the Bhartakanda and pole star, this acts like the center for the orbits of moon, sun, and all the other planets. So it is like that.
So,
So this
Prabhuji,
is-
according to, sorry, Prabhuji, according to this picture, so then the moon is not seen by other Varshas or what? So is that, if it is
Other
towards
Varshas
the
of Jambudvipa?
other, Jambudvipa.
No, they will see, na? Why not?
No, since it revolves around the this one, this Bharatakanta. So like the same the logic holds good, right? When it revolves around Meru, only like as just you said, only Americans can see. People in America can see this moon. So
Because
the
moon is
same,
always this side of the Earth globe. Moon is always this side of the Earth globe, so they will be able to see. These
Okay.
people who are on this side, the Earth itself acts like the blackage. This they cannot see. But for the people who are living in the other Varsha, they are already heavenly.
yeah,
So
they
the
don't need.
Earth cannot be blocking them.
Okay.
So they are beyond our rules and regulations. So in that way.
So
And
Prabhuji,
this one, Prabhuji, sorry. So when we see when you the previous this one, when you were talking about mentioning the distance between the Earth and the Sun, so is it that is with respect to any reference point, or because when the Sun rotates and when it goes up and down, the distance should change, right?
It's
distance,
okay.
or is it
The numbers
insignificant?
mentioned are like the mean number, approximate and mean number.
Okay.
So there is a maximum number, there is a minimum number, but average number something will be there, no? That number is mentioned in our scriptures.
Okay. Okay.
So they
Or
will be
is it can
oscillating
we
with
say
respect to
that
that.
it's since the sun is 108 times bigger than the Earth, so the distance doesn't matter also in that way also it can be, right?
Yeah.
I mean the distance they travel doesn't matter.
The scriptures always give approximate numbers. That as I mentioned, pi is equal to 3.
3.
So something like that. So they don't go exact. In that way. Because anyway they keep changing. What is how can you give exact number? Can't give.
Number, yes.
But this
Okay.
number matches to scientific number also. Science also tells it is average. On average, it is one astronomical unit, but it varies, increases and decreases also. It is there. There will be some mean calculation. The mean value we have to refer to.
Okay.
Mm.
Mm,
So by
Prabhuji,
multiplying 12, we got 153. So by multiplying 11.664 with 8 and 1.6, we get 150 exactly. They closely match. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, this moon is only rotating around Bharata Khanda. So it is only
Okay.
exclusively for Bharata Khanda, this moon is for. Whereas
Mhm.
other divisions, they don't, do they have their own moon or they don't have moon at all?
No, there is only one moon.
Okay.
And he'll be rotating around Bharata Khanda. Just like other planets are also rotating at Bharata Khanda, but they are located far distant. The moon is close by and others are a little bit far. Here
Oh,
moon is there, sun is here, in between Mercury and Venus will be there. After sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn is there. So
yeah.
as per the need of the hour, because moon is rotating very close to earth, because our sustenance is based on food.
Yeah.
Food comes from the moon only.
Yeah, right, yeah.
अभी moon सामने नहीं रहेगा तो हमको भोजन नहीं मिलेगा. We cannot have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and other things.
Okay, acha. So
I mean, this is my understanding.
Okay.
So moon is kept close by because when we have a lot of dependence on him.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Not only us, even whatever the grass animals are eating, that is also coming from the moon only. Later on, we see in a couple of slides later, whatever Somarasa, the Devatas are drinking, that is also coming from moon only. Soma means moon. The Somarasa is the moon's nectar. So that is the food for the Devatas. If they don't have that, they will also die out of starvation. So it is like that.
So Prabhuji, just like sun, a moon will also have its own kingdom, right?
Yes. Moon also is a chariot. In that chariot, moon is there, his wife is there, children, if he has children will be there, his friends, relatives, brahmanas, everyone will be there in the moon also.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Now we are going to see who are there in the moon. There is a full discussion about that. Some interesting information is going to come up. Any other question from other devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
In the starting of the lecture, you showed one lotus. That stem means Bhuloka, Bhurloka, all that. So it's like a universal shell you showed. So
The
is it
stem was
Brahmanda?
somewhere like this. This is like stem position. Stem is from Bhumandala to all the way up to here. So stem is like in more or less acting like the center of the orbits of all the planets.
Okay.
They are not inside the stem, but stem is acting at the center of the orbits of all the planets. So in that way.
But that stem comes from the Kshirodakshayi Vishnu.
No, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Lotus is coming from Garbhodakshayi Vishnu.
So is it that means one Brahmanda, like one lotus?
Yeah. No, the lotus is inside the Brahmanda. Brahmanda is the circular everything. Anda means that the egg-shaped circular thing is the Brahmanda. And within that there is water. The lower part is filled with water. Upper part we have our lotus. Okay.
Now this picture is you are showing this black and white. So how much area is covered in this one Brahmanda?
This is some part of Brahmanda. This is all Bhumandala. Here is Jambudvipa and here is Dhruva. In between we have Sargaloka here and Bhurloka here and maybe much more beyond this.
So I have one confusion actually. This is a part of Brahmanda. Like this, there are innumerable Brahmandas. So is there innumerable suns and moons and all?
Yes. In every Brahmanda, there will be one sun, one moon, one Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, etc. In our Brahmanda, we have nine grahas. In another Brahmanda, there could be many more also, but somewhat similar to them will be there everywhere.
अच्छा, अब हर एक ब्रह्मांड अलग अलग टाइप का है क्या?
And some of them are bigger and smaller. So like that.
Okay.
Size may increase or decrease, but almost divisions will be almost same.
Okay, like we have many headed Brahmas like that.
Yes. Brahma will be there. In some university has 4 heads, some university 3 or 2 or 5, 6, 7, 10, 100 like that.
अच्छा, ठीक है. Thank you.
Prabhuji,
Ah.
also, is this a flower, lotus flower is symbolic or it really exists?
According to Bhagavatam, it says that at the beginning of the day of Brahma, the lotus actually appeared from appeared from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Later on, Garbhodaksha Vishnu expands and enters into that lotus as its Paramatma, as Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Then the lotus becomes live. On top of the lotus then appears Brahmaji. And that Brahma, by dividing the lotus into 14 divisions, he created 14 planetary systems. So that is understanding.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, is that, I mean to say that lotus is gross element or like it is what,
The lotus is made up of 24 material elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha, and 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana. All these 24 elements combined together forms the lotus.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, you gave the example of once that the Laukika sabji, so Lauki is there, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, when it appeared from Garbhodaksha Vishnu, the lotus was there. But since Brahmaji divided that into different divisions, now we can't see it as a lotus, but now we see in terms of all different planetary systems. Like in the beginning of our class, I showed one image. So it's like that. As Mataji mentioned, when we get Lauki from market, it appears to be very greenish and lengthy and very bulky. But when you cut into pieces, it all pieces only. Now you can't see the Lauki. You only see pieces after cutting. So something like that.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So we'll go ahead. Some more interesting things there. We need to discuss about moon, also moon landing, and many more. So here you see, this is Mount Meru. If somebody questions that no, moon should be moving around Mount Meru only. From the beginning, we are seeing that sun is moving around Mount Meru only, axle connected to the base of Mount Meru, etc. So many things are there. But the moon's orbital radius is only 30,000. But from the center of Mount Meru to Bharatkhanda is about 50,000. How it can be? So that's why we said that only American people will be able to see the moon. Otherwise, the Indians will not be able to see because the Earth globe is like this. But the moon is actually like this. So he'll be moving around Earth like this by keeping Earth in the center of his own orbit. So like this, all the other planets are also moving around Earth, as the moon, sun, Mercury, Venus. Though Bhagavatam says that it is connected to the base of the Mount Meru, means since the Earth globe and the moon, as the Earth globe and the Earth are close to each other in comparison to the sun and other planets. Okay, the distance in the sun and moon, sun and Earth and sun and Meru is approximately about 11.6 million yojanas. So with respect to 12 million yojanas, half million yojana is like small. It appears to be same place. So in that way, we have to understand. So now the moon's glories and its services are mentioned. Before that, what is moon? Who are inhabiting on top of the surface of the moon or in the moon planet? That information. This is from verse number 9. So in verse number 8, Prabhupada talks about that sun is glow, moon is glow, sun is glow than moon. That information there. And the next 9th one, we get about more information about the moon. Ata chapurya manabhischa kalabir amaranam shya manabhischa kalabi pitrunam aho ratrani purva pakshapara pakshabhyam Vitanvataha. It means with its waxing and waning phases, the moon creates during its waxing phase, during Shukla Paksha. Waxing phase means Shukla Paksha. The moon creates daytime for the Devatas, nighttime for the Pitrus, which was suitable for the worship of the Devatas. During its waning phase, Krishna Paksha, the moon creates day for the Pitrus, night for the Devatas, which is suitable for the worship of the Pitrus. That's why during the month of Bhadrapada, in Krishna Paksha, the Pitrus are specially worshipped. Or the last day of Krishna Paksha is Amavasya. So on that day also, the Pitrus, the deceased forefathers, are being worshipped on this particular day. So indirectly it says that half of the area and the surface of the moon, the Devatas are living, and that in the other half, Pitrus are living. Whenever in the Ramayana, Mahabharata or Bhagavatam we come across Pitruloka, these people wanted to go to Pitruloka, they are there, Pitrus are there in the Pitruloka, etc. Pitruloka is basically the moon planet. Half of the moon planet is occupied by the Pitru Devatas. And they have daytime for the 15 days and nighttime for the 15 days. Here we have 12 hours daytime, 12 hours nighttime. Then in Pitruloka, they have 15 days daytime, 15 days nighttime. So it's like that.
Prabhuji, there is one Pitraloka in the lower planetary system also.
Yes, that is subsidiary Pitruloka. There are 4 Pitrus who are the original Devatas. So 2 of them are staying in the moon planet, 2 of them have gone below, like property division. So they made another Pitruloka there.
Okay.
Yeah. So now let us see how are they situated. So here we have sun, here we have earth. From the above we are seeing, and moon is somewhere here, and moon will be revolving around earth in that orbit we showed in the previous slides, about 13,000 yojanas. This is the moon's orbit. And moon will be divided into 2 parts. So in one part, the Devatas are residing. In the other part, Pitrus are residing. The part which is inside toward the earth, the Devatas are residing. The part which is outside, the Pitrus are residing. When moon is here in between sun and earth, that is called Amavasya, that is new moon day. When the same moon goes on the other side of the earth, that is called full moon day. And it is like Ashtami, this is like Ashtami. So from here to here, that is called Shukla Paksha. The moon is gradually become brighter. We'll be only seeing the part of the moon which is towards us, always. So on this particular day, this part of the moon is bright and this part of the moon is completely dark. So we can't see any moon on that particular day. And as time progresses, slowly, we get to see further. And on Ashtami day, we will be able to see the half moon and another half is dark. And after another 15 days, we get another 8 days, we get to see the full moon. This is like Paurnami. And slowly, gradually it comes down. It is again called as Krishna Paksha. From Paurnami to Amavasya is called Krishna Paksha. So this is like front view. We have Devatas and Pitrus on one side. It's like that. So this is how the moon has 2 portions. On one portion, Pitrus are residing, and other portion, the Devatas are residing. So moon is inhabited by Pitrus and Devatas. Now, one interesting information from Vayu Purana. It says that the sun is made up of condensed fire element. Sun is a fiery ball. That's why we are getting the warmth and light of the fiery ball. And earth is made up of condensed earth element that we discussed from the very beginning. We talked about Bhumandala only. Basically, Bhumandala is all about combination of earth particles. They are staying together because of the constant supply of water. So our earth globe is basically a ball made up of condensed earth element. On the surface, we have some water here and there. That is fine. Just like earth is condensed earth element, sun is condensed fire element. Similarly, the moon is condensed water element. It is basically an icy planet. The moon is icy planet because there is a lot of ice in moon. That cool rays of the ice are coming to us when moon is there, especially on the full moon day night. If you go to the terrace, you can experience, nowadays also you can experience the coolness of the rays of the moon. Even in the west, they get a lot of baraf and all. That is because of the influence of the moon only. So it is like that. So moon is a planet made up of condensed water element. Kindly remember this. Based on this only, we'll be discussing something more and more in the future slides. And some references. So how the moon is Pitraloka as well as Devaloka, what kind of devatas are residing there, who are the Pitrus, why they are living there. So that's such kind of information. Sagopi Pitru Devebhyo Vibhajan Krishna Shuklayo Prajanam Sarvesham Raja Nabo Soma Na Astu Iti. May the moon, the king of all the citizens and all of us, who divides the food for the Pitrus and the Devatas according to the waxing and waning phases by his rays, be favorable to us. This was from 20th chapter. We discussed this. The prayer offered by some of the residents of one of the 7 islands of the Bhumandala. So they are telling this. So moon is basically dividing food for the Devatas and Pitrus over every 15 days, something like that. Devatas here who are residing on the moon are called Sadhyas, a lesser category of Devatas. Not the main Devatas, but Sadhyas, one category of Devatas are residing in the moon planet. The Pitrus are those who drink hot vapor of food. Ushma Bhagahi Pitara. This is from Taittiriya Brahmana Yajurveda 1:30-10. Pitrus eat the steam, Ushmapa. The understanding is, when the water is evaporated, there is a storyline for this. As water gets evaporated from the surface of the earth, it directly goes to directly goes to the moon. When all the evaporated water goes to the moon extracts the very essence of that evaporated water. And the moon converts that into somarasa. Just like when we extract yogurt, we get butter, which is also white in color. The somarasa is also white in color. So starting from the day after Amavasya, every day the moon keeps collecting the nectar from the essence of the evaporated water. After removing that essence, the remaining water comes down and forms clouds. So this essence is being accumulated day after day. From Pratipad all the way up to Paurnami, the full moon day, 15 days, the moon accumulates. The entire surface of the moon is occupied by the essence of the evaporated water. Then the moon invites all the Devatas, please come and have your meal. All the Devatas, 3.3 crore Devatas assemble on the moon. They continuously, they accept the Somarasa. Because so many Devatas have come, they are accepting so much Somarasa. Day by day, the amount of that white butter-like nectar is reducing. That's why from Paurnami, the day after Paurnami onwards, we start seeing the moon is reducing gradually. For 14.5 days, the Devatas drink the nectar till the middle noon of Amavasya. In the second half of Amavasya, the Devatas tell to Pitrus, so my dear friends, now it's your turn, you have it. So Pitrus only have their meal during the second half of Amavasya. So that's why it is a customary ritual that during the Amavasya day, one should offer Shraddha rites for the Pitrus, whether one's deceased parents are there in Pitraloka or not. So wherever they may be, if at all they are in Pitraloka, they will be offered food on that particular Amavasya day. That transforms into Somarasa in the moon planet, and that Somarasa will be accepted by the Pitrus during the second half of Amavasya. So that is the understanding. Here you see. This is from 3rd canto, chapter 20, text number 42, which says that Brahma is creating living entities one after the other. In that section is mentioned. Then Brahma, thinking himself powerful, created Sadhyas, and then by the power of his invincibility, he created the Pitrus. The wise people offer Havya to the Sadhyas and Kavya to the Pitrus with faith. So the Lord Brahma created both Sadhyas and Pitrus together at one point. So these are like co-brothers. So Sadhyas stay in one side of the moon, Pitrus stay in the other side of the moon. And Sadhyas are worshipped by offering Havya. Pitrus are worshipped by offering Shraddha. In that way, Kavya. It is called Kavya or Shraddha rites. And then who are these Pitrus? How many Pitrus were there? The main personalities? The Agnishvattas, Barishadas, Saumyas, and Ajapas are the 4 Pitrus. Some receive fire sacrifice and others do not. They married Swada, the 15th daughter of Daksha. Daksha had 60 daughters out of, this is first Daksha. He had 16 daughters. Out of 16, he has given 13 daughters to Dharma in marriage. And one was given to Lord Shiva, that is Sati. And one was given to Agni Devatas. And one was given to the Pitrus. There are 4 Pitrus: Agnishvatta, Brarishada, Saumya, and Ajapa. And 4 of them married Swada. Just like 5 Pandavas married Draupadi, the 10 Prachetas married Marisha. Similarly, the 4 Agni Devatas, the 4 Pitru Devatas married Swada. Similarly, of these 4, the Saumyas who reside in Chandraloka, they drink Somarasa. They rule over the season. Their service is, they are the presiding deities of the seasons. They look after the seasons. And Barishadas, who reside in Yamaloka, they rule over the months. They are the presiding deities of the months. Agnishvattas, who also reside in Yamaloka, they rule over the seasons. They also rule over the seasons. Then finally, Kavyas, those who live in the moon, are Ajapas. They rule over the year. So this is the understanding. So out of the 4, Saumyas and Kavyas are residing in the moon planet, known as main Pitrus, and their younger brothers, Agnishvatas and Barishadas, are living in the Yamaloka. That is the secondary Pitruloka. So that was all about the moon. And before getting into moon landing, we will take some questions. But before the question, just give me a half-minute break. I'll just return.
The offering that is given by the people in this earth, right? So is this that does it? Is that goes to that through that vapor? Those this one. That Annat Bhavanti Bhutani. This one like. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I mean, just wanted to know, like, whether this, because they are they are dependent on this offering that is made by the people here. So, does it refer to that that the vapor that you were talking about, so that they can make that?
That vapor thing is a regular phenomena.
Okay.
And the Pitrus are supposed to be worshipped during the Shukla Krishna Paksha. Shraddha rites are offered on Amavasya. This is additional thing. The vapor thing is a regular meal. Okay. They regularly have rice dal sabji chapati. So on special days we have feast. That feast is this one, something like that.
Oh.
Haribol Prabhuji.
Yes.
I'm little confused about this Sadhyas and Pitrus. Pitrus are like means, as per my understanding, it's like means one loka is Pitru loka, and their Ishta Devatas are like these or what? Agnisvattas, Barishadas. They are the means Devatas there Pitru loka mein. Aise hai. Is it right? Means according to me, my understanding.
Actually, there are 4 brothers who are the original Pitrus, and they and their descendants, they are all living in these 2 category of Pitrulokas. One Pitruloka is in the moon, and other Pitruloka is in the Yamaloka. That we will discuss in 26th chapter. So, but later on, many people also became Pitru Devatas, even from my earth also. Those who wanted to go to Pitruloka, they follow a particular sadhana, and eventually they go to Pitruloka. For example, I'll give you some simple understanding. So in Goloka Vrindavan, Lord Krishna will be there, Mother Yashoda will be there, like that. The eternal residents of Goloka Vrindavan, they are already there in the spiritual world. But once in a while, some wonderful devotee, like after any necessary qualification, also go to Goloka Vrindavan. Then Lord Krishna receives him just like he receives Gopakumar in that Burhat Bhagavatamrita, something like that. So like that, people also go from Bhartakanda to Pitraloka by their piety. Yanti Deva, Varta Deva, Pitrun Yanti Pitrunvata, Bhutan Yanti Bhutejo, Yanti Madhyajunabhyam. If we worship Krishna, we go to Krishna Loka. If somebody worship Pitru Devatas, they will go to Pitraloka. So there they reside. So it's like that, as long as their piety allows.
And is it means Pitru Loka is open for those 15 days means before or after Ganpati? Is it like that?
I don't know that. I know. So
The
that
Pitru
things, that
Paksha
Pitru
hota hai na
yeah.
15 days.
So that was in every month we have Krishna Paksha. But among all the different Krishna Pakshas, this is chosen by Shastra. During this time, people can offer Shraddha. So that especially that Amavasya day. Because that 15 days is daytime for them. Amavasya is like the noon time. So offering meals during noon time would be more appropriate. And we can start offering from morning also. But something like that.
Okay.
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, generally Pitrus we refer in terms of colloquial language as ancestors. So how this Pitrus and ancestors are related, I cannot understand.
There are Native Americans, there are NRIs. Native Americans are the permanent citizens of the America.
Okay.
The NRIs, because of their qualification, they have been to America. As long as their visa allows, they stay there. After they'll come back. They have to come back.
Okay.
So some of our forefathers, by their merit of piety, they have been to Pitraloka. So they'll be there as long as their piety allows. After they'll come back. But our offering Shraddha during Pitru Paksha, see, as per Indian cultural custom, people live religiously, so they will go to Pitraloka, like that they say. Because when somebody dies, we don't say that they have gone to hell. We say that Sargavas ho gaya. In within ISKCON lingo, we say that they have gone back to Godhead. But normal social custom, they say that oh, Sargavas ho gaya. Matlab, he has gone to Swarga and he has become a resident of Swarga. So like that we say, out of cultural custom in India.
Yes.
So whether they have gone or not, we don't know. But out of respect, we say like that. So assuming that because of their piety, they had gone to Pitraloka, we need to offer Shraddha rites to our ancestors. That is a good way of treating that. We cannot say that my ancestors have gone to Naraka, I have to offer Shraddha. So not like that. We never say like that. That is understanding.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
We don't know wherever they are, wherever they may be, but Shraddha rites need to be performed as a matter of duty. So in that way.
Prabhuji, so since like, is it like only from Bharatakanta, like a soul can pass on to, I mean, can be elevated to this to this moon planet, the Pitru this one, or is it possible from the other this one also?
See,
since this being the karma
one can go from anywhere to anywhere. That is possible. But since we are living in Bhartakanda, the things are mentioned in terms of our place in our scriptures. So like that we have to understand.
Okay.
But anyway, even Bhagavad Gita also is there, na? Urdhvam gachanti satvastha. Those who live a life, pious lifestyle, they'll go to upper planet system like Pitraloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, and Madhya Tishtanti Rajasa. So those who perform mixed activities, they again take birth as human beings or some animals nearby. Adho gachanti tamasa. Jaganna gunotisa adho gachanti tamasa. Those who do sinful activity, they go to Naraka and eventually the lower species, definitely. So it's like that. And
is there any this one specific yajna or anything like that? Because generally, if you see like most of population is based on, you know, like the understanding that after death, you know, one wants a higher destination. It means for them the destination is ultimate destination for them is the Swarga. So which means the Pitraloka. So is there any specific?
Not means Pitraloka. Pitraloka is one section of Swarga. There is much above Pitraloka. There are many upper lokas also there.
Okay. So it could be so there are various types of pieties which take you to different places, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because generally we see, at least in Kali Yuga, like unlike other yugas, people don't have any particular aim or they don't do any particular type of sacrifice to go to, any particular destination. Like
Mm.
just as we have to, you want to go to US, so you take US visa. You want to go to other
Mm.
places, you take the visa accordingly. But if we see now, at least in Kali Yuga, like where this, the Sanatan Dharma is prevailing. I mean, in Bharata Bhumi, at least we don't see normally people doing any particular type of sacrifice to go to any particular type of, Swarga part, like wherever it is. So what is it? Is that any specific this one given in the Shastra to say that if you do this, you go to moon, if you do this, you go to Intraloka?
The Vedas are
something?
full of such kind of description, na? Yam imam pushtam vacha pravadanti avipachita vedavadata partha nanda tasisi vadina kamatmana swarga para. Those who want to go to swarga, they can refer to Vedas. They have a lot of description. Kriya vishesha baulam bhogeshwarya gatim prati. To get more bhoga, more aishwarya, one is recommended to go to Pitraloka or Swargaloka, where they will have all these things more and more. Same thing is happening now also. In the past, there is Vedic era, people were following Vedic culture. Now this modern education culture, people are studying appropriately, writing TOEFL, GRE, they are going to US. For them, US is Pitraloka. There is more Bhoga, more Aishwarya. Simple.
So, but of course, even if you do it without knowledge also, so like you will be destined to go to that place because of that.
Not like that. Maybe sometimes, but we need to do with that aim in purpose. Otherwise, generally it won't be.
Okay.
Of course, if one is entitled to go there, one will go, but majority will aim knowingly they do.
Okay. So because we see at least our own, the previous generation of people. Sorry, Prabhu, just sorry. So the previous generation people, they are very pious. They do a lot of all this pious work, but they don't know their ultimate destination, or they don't desire any particular. They just say Swarga. And then, so what would be the general destination of what would be the destination of these people?
Swarga is also one kind of destination. Na? What is the problem? I mean, in the sense, that's what they want. See, for example, in education, so some students might be aspiring to become a particular employee within India. And some students might be aspiring to go to US and do MS and other things, post-graduation and doctorate, and then settle in America. And some who have understood more than that, they have gone to America, they returned from America and they gave up everything and became Krishna conscious devotees. And some selecting small jobs and living nearby to temple and continuing. And some are giving up everything and joining as brahmacharis. So as per their knowledge, they do things. That's all. As per their understanding, as per their liking, they do things.
Okay, so this is also
Hare Krishna,
exactly.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, sorry. Acha, Prabhuji, I have a question. That we regularly hear that the ancestors who have committed some sin, they go to Pitralokas. There they go to Pitralokas, and there they don't get food. That is why we do Pitrupaksha and all that stuff. So what you are speaking about the Pitrupaksha, it is little luxury than what we are being told on. Because we regularly hear that our Pitrus who would have done sin, some of them go to hellish planet and they don't get food. So you have to perform this Pitrupaksh which come after Ganesh, Ganpati and all that. So what is that means? What is the relation between this and that?
See, Prabhuji, our ancestors, if they have led a pious life, either they might go to Swarga or they may go to Pitraloka. If they have led a sinful life, they might go to Naraka also. Wherever they may be, we don't know. But on a positive note, as per the Indian cultural custom, they understand that at least they have gone to Pitraloka. They are there in Pitraloka. In order to extend their tenure in Pitraloka for one more year, they offer Shraddha during this Pitrupaksha very systematically, very religiously. So that for one more year, the Pitrus will continue to stay in the Pitraloka. This is on the positive note. Even, in fact, if they have gone to hell also, by offering Shraddha, Punnama Narakatrayate iti putra. That's why they beget children, the son. It is the son who was entitled to offer Shraddha. By offering that Shraddha, if they have gone to hell, they will be delivered from hell by these Shraddha rites. If they are already in the Pitraloka or Sargaloka, their tenure to stay in the Pitraloka or Sargaloka will extend by one more year. Or if they are already in some lower species, they've already gone to Pitraloka, came to hell, and gone through punishment and already gone to some lower species. And their tenure in lower species will fast forwarded and then eventually come to human birth. And then they will move on in their life. It doesn't matter where they are for us. For us, itna hi chahiye. Jahan pe bhi rehne do. They may be in the hell, they may be in the heaven, they may be in Pitraloka, they may be in the lower species. One need to offer Shraddha rites during that time of Shraddha ceremony. That will benefit them. It will bring them to human platform. And by offering Krishna Prasadam during the Shraddha rites, it will bring them close to the association of the Vaishnavas, so that they will also get a chance to practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. That's all. This is my understanding.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, actually, so the time, auspicious time of living is not so important for, like you said that yes, Smaran Mukta Kaleram, and also you said that Pitru Loka is near the Yamaloka. So is that 1 year journey of a soul after death? Does it reach to that Pitru Loka where Yamraj is deciding based on their sins? So that is one question. Another is the path of darkness and path of light. For where the Buddha live in the path of light, then it's easier for them to go to the Tapaloka, and upward journey is easier. But when we see that pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada or even a Vishvesh Swami of Pejawar Matha, they have not waited for Uttarayan. They have left their bodies, even some in the evening, some in the Dakshinayan. So they have not chosen that auspicious time apparently. But still, like you said, but they were pure devotees. So for a pure devotee, it is the time is not important. But then we often think of an auspicious time of living body. So how is it helping, and how is the soul journeys within a year? Just wanted to understand that.
So many questions. You need to do your Bhakshasri once again. So understanding is this: there are some people who practice Sakama Karma. They follow the Vedas with an intention to have a better life. Like currently in the modern day, people study engineering, medicine with a desire to go to America to have better perspectives. In America, they will have good position, more salary, and less population. So they wanted some peaceful life. That's why they wanted they wanted to go to America, and they do the needful. Same way in the past, people are interested in going to upper planetary systems like Pitraloka, Svargaloka to have a better standard of life. So more opulence, more enjoyment, etc. They are called as Sakama Karmis, and they follow the path of darkness. Means living they practice sadhana whole life, and when it comes to leave the body, they leave the body during Dakshinayana, during the dark fortnight, that Krishna Paksha, night time, or next to the fog or something like that, so that they'll go to Pitraloka or Sargaloka eventually and spend their time as long as their piety allows. Then they come back. This is for the Sakama Karmis. But for those people who wanted to attain Sahajya Mukti, they practice Nishkama Karma Yoga as Grihastha. Then they practice Jnana Yoga as a Vanaprastha or Sannyasi. And finally, when they are ready to leave the body, then they practice Ashtanga Yoga, Shatchakra Yoga. And while raising the prana from Mooladhara Chakra all the way up to Ajna Chakra, which is in the forehead, they leave the body during this proper time, which is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, that 6 months of the Uttarayana period, bright fortnight, and then daytime next to the light. So then, taking the help of all these personalities, such as sun, etc., leaving the body through Brahmarandra, these Ashtanga yogis, they pass through all the lokas, Bhuvaloka, Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, piercing through all the 7 layers of the universe. They enter into Brahman. They attain Sahajya Mukti. That is for the Nishkama Karma Yogis, Jnana Yogis, and Ashtanga Yogis. And for the devotees, they practice bhakti throughout the life, and they continue to do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam even at the point of death. And Lord Krishna sends Jaya Vijay or Nanda Sunanda, and they will take the devotee back home, back to Godhead, to Vaikuntha or spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan, etc. These are different ways of leaving the body according to different sadhanas. But you are talking about that 1 year pathway to Pitraloka. That is not to Pitraloka. When a person dies, at the time, a person who lived normal life, piety, impiety, but not bhakti. Those who are not done bhakti, that Yamadutas will come and take them to Yamaraj. Some people who are kind of detached from this material world, they go immediately within 1 or 2 muhurtas to Yamaloka. But people who are too much attached to their family members and their wealth, their accumulated bank balance and all the other things, they don't want to go away from this, leaving all these things behind. So they will be dragged by Yamadutas. So they take 1 full year to go to Yamaloka. It is a long distance and long path, is about 99,000 yojanas, which we saw in the previous sessions. So that is because of intense attachment. They can't leave behind all these material opulences and pay family members. So they take a long time. And others who lived a life of detachment, who lived a life, who performed all the duties as a matter of duty. So they say, okay, I'm done with my duties. I'm going wherever I'm supposed to go. They will go to Yamaloka within 1 or 2 muhurtas. Having gone there, if they have pardoned some piety, they'll be sent to that Pitruloka, which is there nearby Yamaloka, and there they'll enjoy. It's like that. Some engineering, we have kind of JEE entrance. Those who are secured good ranks, they get admission in IITs. Those who secured little bigger rank, they get admission in NITs. So IIT is like the Pitruloka in the moon planet. NIT is like the Pitruloka in the Yamaloka. So that's the difference. That's all. Nothing else.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So we will go
Sorry,
ahead.
Prabhuji.
We will
Sorry,
discuss.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So this Aryama is said to be the leader of the head of this Pitru Lok. So it's that near that Yamalok, is it?
No.
And he is not a part of
wait.
this.
Aryama is also one of the 12 sons of Aditi. So Aryama stays. Aryama is kind of one among the Pitrus, just like we have Agnishwatas, Barishadas. He is also one among them. So he is also one of the leader of the Pitrus. So he stays in that Pitruloka very close to Yamaloka. Yes, as you said, that is right.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So when Yamaraj was cursed by Mandava Rishi to become the son of a Shudrani, he was away from his duties for more than 100 years. During that time, Aryama took the responsibility of managing things in the Yamaloka, since he was staying there only. But it is Yamaraj who is the king of all the Pitrus in the Yamaloka.
Okay.
In that.
Thank you.
So now, considering the background, I mentioned that the sun is made up of fire, condensed fire, earth is made up of condensed air, and the moon is made up of condensed water. So with that background, let us try to understand what is this moon landing is all about. Okay. So from the modern viewpoint, the first human-made object has been sent to moon by Soviet Union, which is known as Luna 2 mission, which was sent to moon on, which was said to be landed on the moon on 13 September 1959. That's what they proclaim. And then later on, United States in competition to in Soviet Union sent the first manned mission. Up to mission bhejega to aadmi ko bhejenge. So like that, they have sent the first human. That was Apollo 11, which landed on the moon on 20th July 1969 at 2018 UTC, according to their time scale. The 2 people landed on the moon. The first one is Neil Armstrong. Second one is Buzz Aldrin. So he was the pilot. Both of them landed on the moon and they came back. And then from 69 all the way up to 72, 6 more missions have been sent by US NASA, and they landed on the moon. The human beings landed on the moon. And afterwards, in addition to them, there are many more, the unmanned landings, like land rovers have been sent to moon. That's what they claim. But unfortunately, from 76 to 2013, even till today, it seems that there are no soft landings. They were trying to send some land rover on the surface of the moon, but they could not become successful, etc., etc. Then India in 2008, they have sent Chandrayaan-1 with a remote sensing mission. This has been sent to the orbit of the moon in order to go nearby moon and capture the images of the moon's surface. So it has become successful. ISRO has got so many images of the moon, and they declared that the moon's surface has a lot of water bodies. So in that way, in 2019 also, ISRO sent Chandrayaan-2, which was supposed to land on 9/19, 19th, I mean, it's like 7/9, but it could not land. It started from here and July 22nd, July, August, September. September 7th supposed to land on the moon, but it could not land. It lost communication. Similarly, China also sent Chang'e 1 in 2009, Chang'e 3 in 2013. They also with remote sensing mechanism. They also became successful capturing the images of the moon. So these are the different things I just briefly collected. There could be many more than this. So all these typical advancement of modern science. So now these are the pictures released by NASA. This is the Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, traveling here and there, and put his national flag of the America. This is the land. This is the pilot, not pilot. This is the mission in which they landed on the moon. He's offering respects to the national flag, and again returning, entering into that Eagle module. This is called Eagle module or something like that. So it's like that. So this is the 3 pictures released by NASA. This is the modern understanding of landing on the moon. The famous video which has circulated all over, which is talked about again and again and again. Now let us just compare with our understanding of Vedic thought process. According to our scriptures, Puranas, especially Vayu Purana, it says that this is from Vayu Purana, Adhyaya 5, text number 57. Gana toyatmakam tatra mandalam shishina smrutam, Gana tejo mayam shukla mandalam bhaskara sute. Bhaskara is the sun. Sun is made up of solidified fire, Gana tejo mayam. Similarly, the moon is made up of Gana toyam. Toyam means water. The solidified water is basically icy planet. It is supposed to be icy planet. The moon is said to be icy planet according to our scriptures. But here they landed on the moon, the surface of the moon, which is, you see, whether it is icy or something else. If at all they landed on the moon, about which we are discussing from the Puranas, that moon is supposed to be icy surface. So, but here it doesn't seem to be like that. So now our scriptures give few more hints into it. Here, this is from 8th canto. This is the Samudra Manthan episode, I think. Samudra Manthan, yeah, somewhat like that. There was a fight between Indra and Bali after Indra drank nectar. In that fight, our Indra is saying that I send ignorant thieves who want to ascend to Swarga or beyond and want to control Swarga and Maharloka, etc. by creating illusions to planets lower than their previous residence. If somebody is going to heaven without proper qualification, the Devatas create illusion and they will send them to some other place which is lower than their current position. So something like that Indra is saying here. And one such example is Trishanku, whose details are mentioned in the 9th canto, 9.7.5-6. So there what happened? So Trishanku went to, actually Trishanku is one of the great personality only. He's born in a great family, but he killed one cow for no reason. While studying Gurukul, he was a student of Vasishta. So he killed a cow for no reason. So Vasishta cursed him to become Shudra. You behave like a Shudra, you are not qualified to remain as a Kshatriya. You become like that. So his entire body became black and he was like unbearable to look at. So he wanted to go to Swarga. He heard about Swarga. He wanted to go to Swarga. He went to Vasishta. He asked, I want to go to Swarga in the self-same body. Vasishta said, no, you are not qualified to go. He became hurt and angry and he went to Vishwamitra. He told, I requested Vasishta to send me to Swarga, but he said, I'm not qualified. So Vishwamitra took it as personal revenge on Vasishta. So then he said, I will send you. So by the influence of Vishwamitra, Trishanku went to Swarga in the self-same body. But because of the powers of the Devatas, he fell downward. But so when he was falling down, for the happiness of Trishanku, Vishwamitra created an artificial Swarga. Even today we can see this artificial Swarga within which Trishanku was hanging upside down because he was coming down from Swarga to Bhuloka. So Vishwamitra created artificial Swarga and he is there. Even today also is enjoying. So in that way. A person without qualification is not allowed to enter into Swarga or Pitruloka or anywhere. But with qualification, one may go with the self-same body and come back also. Arjuna went to Swarga with the self-same body and learnt all the heavenly art, military arts, came back. Yudhishthira Maharaj went to Swarga with self-same body. King Raivata, what to speak of Swarga, he went all the way up to Brahmaloka to find out the suitable husband for his daughter. And King Nausha went to Swarga and he also became Indra. So there are many cases who went with self-same body. If they are qualified, they can go. If they are not qualified, they are not allowed to go. It is like that. So here, Indra is pushing him down, and Vishwamitra is sending him up. But he was in the middle only. Vishwamitra created artificial Swarga for him. So it's like that. Like this, we can see him even today. So here are the verses which were devotees were asking about that Krishna Paksha, Shukla Paksha, and path of light, path of darkness, especially the Pitrulokayana. There are verses from Bhagavad Gita, then verses from Bhagavatam also. Departing on the path of smoke, night, waning for night, the southern course of the sun, the moon, and attaining Swargaloka, the Karma Yogis written. So they attain Swargaloka, attaining them, or they attain moon also. Tatra Chandramasam Jyotir, they attain Jyoti refers to Swargaloka, Chandramasam refers to Pitruloka. So they go to either Pitruloka or Swargaloka. So they, afterwards, the Karma Yogis written. These are Sakama Karma Yogis who practice Karma Yoga and then they attain these places, and after piety is over, they come back. Same thing is also mentioned in the 3rd canto, 32nd chapter. Overtaken with such faith, worshipping the Pitrus and Devatas by a sacrifice, a person goes to the moon, that is Pitruloka. Gatva Chandramasam Lokam, Somapa, they drink Soma beverage, and then they falls back to the earth. Punarayashasi. As long as they are staying in the moon, by becoming Pitrus or Sadhyas, they are allowed to drink the moon, Somarasa. So during the permitted time. Same thing is also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita chapter 9, text 20-21. Traividyamam Somapa Puta Papa, Yajna Rishta Sargatir Pratayanti. With a desire to go to Swargaloka or Pitruloka in order to drink Soma Rasa, they perform all the Vedic rituals mentioned in the Vedas. Te Punya Masadya Surendra Lokam, Ashtanta Divyan Diyudya Bhogan. After accumulating so much punya which is very difficult to accumulate, they go to Divi Deva Bhoga, Divi, Swarga, to enjoy Deva Bhogan, the enjoyments of the Devatas. Tetam Bhukta Sarga Lokam Vishalam Kshine Punya Martulokam Vishanti. The enjoyment in the Swarga is unlimited, but they can't stay unlimited time in the Swarga Loka. As soon as their punya is over, they have to come down. After coming down, because already they have tasted about Swarga happiness, Evam Trai Dharma Manu Prapanna, Gata Gatam Kama Kama Labante. They again perform Trai Dharma, again go to Swarga. So in case of Swarga, they will stay one lifetime in Swarga, they come back again, take birth in the Brahmana family, again perform rituals, again go to Swarga and come back, like that goes on. So even here we can see those people who go to America, they have 2 years visa, then they come back, they renew it, again they go to America for 2 more years, they again come back, they renew, again go to America. It's like that because they have tasted that once. So after tasting once, they don't want to part with, they want to go back again and again, enjoy again and again. That is a common feature here among the human beings. So these are different references of going to Pitruloka or moon planet and enjoying there as long as their piety allows, then they come back. And finally, some glories of the moon. This is text number 9 of 22nd chapter. Sarva Jiva Nivaha Prano Jivas. The moon called life itself, supporting the life of all beings, and hence is the chief living being in the universe. It is because of moon, all of us are getting our food. We are getting our food grains, fruits, leafy vegetables, and flowers, fruits, etc. The animals are getting grass, and the devatas are getting somarasa. Otherwise, all of us will starve, die out of starvation. Annam hi pranam prana. Food is the life of all beings. We need to we need to have food regularly. The moon is called Jiva because moon is made up of immortal nectar necessary for all living. It produces food in the form of plants for Bhuloka residents and as nectar for the heavenly beings. For us, the moon gives food through the medium of the plants. For the Devatas, the moon gives food through the medium of Somarasa. Thus, Pitrus are called those who drink the hot wafer of food. Ushna Bhagahi Pitara. Pitrus eat the steam. This is from Taittareya Brahmana Yajurveda. Ekam Nakshatram Trimsham Muhurtair Bhunkte. The moon passes through one constellation in 30 muhurtas. So basically, moon had 27 wives. Each wife is residing in one nakshatra. So moon spends one day with one wife, and then next day goes to the next wife, next day to the next wife, like that. Over a period of time of 1 month, he covers all the 27 nakshatras, the 27 wives. That is the normal understanding. Then Bhagavatam further say, Trayadashi, Chaturdashi, Amavasya, and Paurnami. There are the 16 ways we see the moon for a period of month. So he is also called as Supreme Lord because he is one of the representatives of Supreme Lord. The moon is considered to be the mind because it is the representative of the mind. He is considered food because he is giving food to everyone. He is nectar is because he is giving nectar to the Devatas. And the life of the Devatas, life of the Pitrus, humans, ghosts, animals, birds, and reptiles, everyone is subsisting on moon only. The moon is considered to be the all-pervading, since it is the cause of all life. Everyone is survived by moonlight. So his moon is all-pervading through the medium of the food. The moon is called Manomaya because it is the present deity of the mind. In the universal form, we see moon to be the deity of the mind. So that is about the moon. So today we have discussed about the sun and moon. So how is the sun situated, how is the moon situated, where they are situated, what distances, what are the dimensions, what are their services, what are their duties and responsibilities, etc. After the sun and moon, there is a description about the heavenly abodes, Svargaloka, from 22nd chapter, verse number 11 to 17 and 23rd chapter also. That we will discuss in the next Sunday. But before that, if some devotees have some questions, we'll address and then we'll close for today. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, when we refer to Pitras means ancestors starting from the day of creation till date that I'm holding this body, right?
No, not ancestors. Pitrus are one category of Devatas, like Native Americans. But some personality in our family also, by good qualification, by good pious activity, they also might have gone to that place. Like some of our known friends might have gone to America, something like that.
Okay.
But as long as they are living there, they are also called as Pitrus. That's why we say NRI.
Ancestors. Okay.
Not necessarily ancestors. Ancestors are like the temporary visitors on tourist visa.
Okay.
But the main Pitrus are there in the Pitruloka.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
In that.
Prabhuji, all there in the 33 crore Devatas, this one, they all belong to that. That permanent residency.
Some of them are part of 3.3 crore Devatas. Yes, because they also have some service, na? They are the deities for the fortnight, that Pitru Paksha, Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha, seasons, months, Tithis. There are some people are responsible for Tithis also. So they have seva. They are also part of 3.3 crore Devatas. 3.3 crore Devatas.
And the soul which reaches there, like, after from Bharata Kanta, so they also, like, just like the other Swargas, that they'll spend their 90% of their piety there, and then rest 10% in that.
Yes, then they'll come to Bhauma Swarga, and then they'll come to Bharata Varsha. Yes, that is true. Somebody, whether has gone to Swarga Loka or Pitru Loka, they spend their 90% of piety there, and remaining 10% they spend in Bhauma Swarga, then they come to Bharata Varsha. Yes. Any other devotees? Any question? What did you learn about moon landing? What happened to that?
All false and misrepresented.
Prabhupada says Rahu Kedu, they would have landed.
It's all scripted, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. Any other devotees, any question based on what we discussed today?
It finally means that they did not land on the moon planet, they landed somewhere else, isn't it?
At least that kind of hint we get it from Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
So Prabhuji, just for a confirmation, so the waxing and the waning of the moon is due to that the availability of that soma nectar that determines, right? It's because of that, right?
No, that is
So
one of the reason. That is not the only reason. There are many other reasons. That is one of the reason.
That is one of the reasons.
Prabhuji, just like sun is also moving up and down and also it is moving horizontally. Even moon is moving up and down and horizontally.
Yes. Not only sun and moon, all the navagrahas, they on a daily course they move horizontally, on yearly course they go up and down. Yes, everyone does same thing.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I heard that moon was cursed by Daksha to wax and wane. Is that true?
Yes, that is also there. That is another reason. No, moon, Daksha did not curse him to wane, wax and wane. So, because out of 27 daughters of Daksha, he was very much closely spending more time with one wife, only Rohini. The remaining wives, they complained to their father. Father became angry. क्या बोल रहे, क्या सोच रहे आप? इतना time एक के पास रहे तो बाकी लोगों क्या होगा? Because you are so proud, because you are so bright, I curse you to become dark. So he was becoming darker. He became afraid. So he went to Prabhas. He worshipped Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva said that I cannot nullify the curse of your father-in-law completely, but I can do adjustment. So for 15 days, you will lose your brightness as a result of the curse of your father-in-law Daksha. Another 15 days, because of my blessing, you will regain your brightness. And again, you will lose your brightness, again regain. So that be happy, at least some part of it is there. It is not completely gone away. So like that. That is also one more reason.
Prabhuji, so like our birth, this one, the star is based on the time when we were born, wherever the moon was located on any particular star. So that determines our birth star, right? That's
yes. That will be our birth star. Perfect. During the time of our birth, the moon is pending which of his wife, which one of his wife. So that will be our birth star. Yes.
Prabhuji, just inquisitive, Prabhuji, whatever knowledge that we have learned, not knowledge, I mean to say whatever we have learned in our academics, so they are just meant for our, material living, right? And whatever knowledge that we are learning from Bhagavatam, so all this knowledge, information was for our spiritual elevation and realization purpose, self-realization purpose. Or was also to create a living from this and maintain ourselves, like what?
See,
I guess
further scriptures are talking about varnashrama duties. We have 4 varnas, 4 ashramas. They take care of our maintenance. And that section of scriptures which are talking about bhakti, karma yoga, jnana yoga, and ashtanga yoga, they will help us make our journey back to Godhead easily. So in that way, from scriptural point of view, our livelihood is based on the 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. So that system is set up. So that will take care of us. But currently what's happening, because of the modern education, our the varna duties are some kind of alteration took place in that, and they became like our jobs. So we have different variety of jobs. So it's like that. Previously, the students were sent to Gurukul and they were trained how to perform their varna duties. Now our children are gone to school and they are trained in how to write code, how to design a particular vehicle or so objects, so and so objects, building roads, and some simple system is same, but the details are very different. That's all.
During the spiritual education time, it was for also elevating our consciousness.
Yes, yes. See, the previous Vedic understanding is a wholesome understanding. It is a completely in connection with Supreme Lord. The modern education, the God is not in picture. So it is a simple system where people become more and more skilled people and earn more and more money so that they can have more and more luxurious life. So in that way, there is no objective beyond that. So
very true, Prabhuji, because as Mataji also said, because none of us are even knowing what to say about practicing, So like many of the people, we should have some goal and focus of human birth,
Yes, yes.
We are not performing any rites or anything. Forget about, doing it. We don't even know what is the purpose of human life,
So whatever we know, we need to share with others so that they will be educated, because many did not tell us. So they were inspiring us to attain so many goals with here around us. But one fine day, one devotee came and helped us understand the importance of bhakti. Same way we need to help somebody else to informing them about bhakti.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, sorry if I'm not bothering you, just would like to request you to throw light on this connection between the zodiac and the stars, Prabhuji. Like,
oh, baad mein. Next, later on.
Okay.
Any other devotees? Any question based on today's discussion? Hope all devotees are able to follow. Is not some utopian idea we are discussing. I'm trying to make it simple. I put some images, help you understand better.
Prabhuji, what you're discussing is available in your cosmology book, right?
Yes.
This is the part of cosmology.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
See, in Bhagavatam, we have translations. So they are like in a cryptic way. So based on my understanding, kind of elaborated and presenting in an understandable way. Okay. Everything is taken from Bhagavatam only. And I have taken some references here and there and added it so that it becomes more easily understandable.
Okay.
Still, it is very difficult for many devotees to understand because they might be hearing it for the first time. So we need to have multiple discussions so that the subject matter becomes more clear.
So the overview of this is, Prabhuji, your Bhagavad Tattva Vichar book. Okay.
No, that is different.
Okay.
Cosmology is only this cosmology section. Tattva Vichar is like other topics of Bhagavatam.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, you said that.
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Mataji, please go.
No, for a devotee, Jai Vijay, like Lord himself arranges Jai Vijay to take him back. So why we say that he's left his body on auspicious time or auspicious day? So
see, from our point of view, left. From Lord's point of view, he was taken. He was taken by some of his gatekeepers, Jai Vijay or Nanda Sunanda or something like that. See, we have examples now. For Dhruva Maharaj also airplane comes, that was there in the 4th canto. And for Ajamila also airplane comes, which is there in the 6th canto. Even in Maharashtra, we have this past time, the airplane comes to take Tukaram Maharaj. So it is there. Of course, for special souls, the airplane directly comes, sent by Lord Vishnu and escorted by Jaya Vijaya or Nanda Sunanda. For others also, there will be something, some via means by which they'll go to spiritual world.
okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
So, Prabhuji, next class, it will be a regular class, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll update Mataji. I should be back in Mumbai by then. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So, thank you very much for joining today evening. Even though it is festival day, all of you joined. Thank you very much for that. So we will continue from In the next class, we will discuss about the Svarga Loka and then upper planetary systems and also Bhuvar Loka and Pilla Svargas and Naraka Loka, all those things. We'll see. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Hare
you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.